Hi everyone, Damien Fate here, and today we're going to be looking at some of the interesting things that can happen when you choose to do nothing during dialogue, combat, and storyline choices in Minecraft Story Mode Episode 2. In this video, we're mostly going to focus on Jesse and Olivia's adventures in Redstonia trying to find Ellegaard. The first encounter in the game is another ghast, and as is pretty typical for Telltale games, you don't need to actually do any of the prompts to dodge the attacks. And apparently that fireball stings even though it didn't hit you. If you went to Redstonia, you'll probably remember the dancing guy with the dancing cows. Well, even if you choose to say nothing to him, the rivalry between him and the schoolboy still exists.
Definitely the sort of creation that Ellegaard's future protege might make, no? Enjoy the dancing cows. Just stay away from that little schoolboy, alright? He's never had an original idea in his life.
Some people say I lack modesty. But some people just aren't as great as I am. And some people are idiots. I know. Sometimes it even leaves me speechless.
I saw you over there talking to him.
He's just jealous.
What lies has he been telling you?
I take intellectual property very seriously.
What's he saying these days?
I told you, I'm not a thief, no matter what he says.
What little lies is he whispering?
I'm pretty sure he just enjoys torturing cows.
Little shorts-wearing jerk.
White suit-wearing fool.
Nerd fight!
Oh! Well, you just, mister,
Oh boy, I am not getting involved in that.
Well, I think it's a bit late for that sentiment.
Did Sandy just take off?
If you choose to send Sandy off into space in her flying machine, the farmer will ask if you're responsible.
Oh, you didn't.
And while nothing is said, I love the look of pride on Jesse's face. Yeah, I did it, so what?
Anyway.
Another person you can talk to is this old man with his TNT cannon, and while you're supposed to impress him so that he gives you redstone dust with which to make a redstone repeater, if you say nothing, he'll still give you it.
I like you, sport. Here, have some redstone dust.
Dust from a strange man. Cool.
When you finally enter Ellegaard's laboratory, she's busy working away on a command block. She'll start pacing back and forth talking to herself, not noticing you unless you talk to her. However, you can literally stand in her path and she can walk right through you and still not notice you.
Still talking to myself? Yep. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's rock this block with another test.
I think she gets a bit too absorbed in her work.
Whoa, hi. Hey, didn't see you sneaking up on me. Guess that's the point. And
Eventually, she'll ask you for your help in creating a command block. If you choose to help her, a building montage will begin, a bit like the training montage from the first episode. And if you choose to do nothing throughout the entire thing, people will get increasingly more annoyed with you.
You're the genius, Ellegaard. Let's get started.
fantastic.
She is really mean to Olivia. At this point, you really do have to pull the lever down, otherwise it won't progress any further. But I love the look on Jesse's face. But what if I really don't want to pull that lever? Once the Wither Storm arrives in Redstonia, there are a whole bunch of prompts that come up, which basically end in your death if you don't do anything. I covered all of these pretty extensively in my Dumb Ways to Die episode 2 video though, so we'll skip ahead to the next section of the game. Once you return to the Temple of the Order of the Stone, you'll be met by Lucas at the gate. If you don't respond to him, he does a pretty cool magic trick. Keep an eye on him.
Yes, and I would greatly appreciate it if you could let us in, please.
Okay, hang on a sec. I'm so glad you're back.
Ta-da! The next section of the game is pretty interesting because depending on whether you go to find Ellegaard or Magnus, the other hero and friend will be stood in this position, and the scene plays out almost exactly the same way. I cut back and forth between a Redstonia and Boomtown playthrough so that you could see both sides of the conversation.
That's Jesse, my best friend. Trust me, Jesse's totally cool.
I'll be the judge of that, huh? Your friend, doesn't talk much, huh?
Sometimes Jesse likes to be the strong, silent type.
Sometimes Jesse's the strong, silent type.
Yeah, I figured that out.
If you talk to Lucas and choose to ignore his woes, there's another sort of smiley, angry face that they keep doing in this game, which I never really understand.
I feel like if I think too much about what's been going on, well, I'll just think I'm completely nuts.
Alright, I'm gonna go get this map activated.
Grr.
Yep, you're the one with the amulet.
Grr.
That's Ivor.
After finding out that Ivor is on his way to Soren, the hero that you seeked out will plead to leave straight away, while the other will want to wait until the morning. Here are their pleas back to back.
Righteous. We'll get some rest and head out first thing in the morning, avoiding all the nighttime and monsters and everything.
If you had seen that monster, you wouldn't be saying that. We need to leave now. I think it's following us, Magnus, and I don't want to risk it catching up with us. We have to go now.
It's so bad that you're gonna just go waltzing out in the woods at night.
It's not night yet. We'll just go as fast as we can.
I think Magnus might be right. And he's not usually a big fan of safety.
Of course you'd pick his side.
Trust me, if you had seen this thing, you wouldn't want to stick around.
Trust me. If you had a brain, you'd want to minimize our chance of being caught out in the dark with all the monsters.
Ellegaard's got a point.
Of course you think that.
It's worth noting that in both scenarios, if you choose to say nothing, your character will choose to leave in the morning.
An excellent call, Jesse, and far more decisive than either of us are being.
When choosing to leave in the morning, that night the hero that agreed with you will approach you and talk to you about the other hero and comment on the state of the group.
Jesse, right?
Oh, hello.
So, you're Ellie's protege? She's a piece of work, isn't she?
I'm sorry if I seemed a little hostile before when we were talking about Magnus. Not the best way to get acquainted. He makes me a little crazy.
Always thinking about all her redstones.
He's just a little nuts, destructive, egotistical.
Always trying to show off how smart she is.
I could go on, but I try not to.
Did I make you uncomfortable? Hilarious.
Sorry. Hope I didn't make that uncomfortable.
I know I haven't been around here long, but even I can tell there's some unrest in the ranks.
I haven't been observing your group long, but it seems a little dysfunctional.
Especially between Axel and, what's her name? Olivia.
No offense.
That good, huh?
Boy, that good, huh?
That little nervous laugh doesn't quite work with Ellegaard as it does with Magnus.
Glad to be part of the team.
If you choose to leave at night, the hero that disagreed with you will talk about your encounter with the Wither and your friend that went to find them.
Sounds like you're a pretty impressive individual.
I heard you saved your friend back there from this wither storm thing. You're pretty tough, huh?
Picks fights with lots of monsters?
A regular iron golem, huh?
Always defending the weak and defenseless?
Leaving the creepers quaking in their boots.
Sorry. Hope I didn't make that uncomfortable.
Did I make you uncomfortable? Hilarious.
A slight tangent. What's the deal with your friend Olivia?
What's the deal with your buddy Axel?
I appreciate her enthusiasm, but she can be a little much sometimes.
Can't tell if he's awesome or a little bit of a dork.
She's always very eager to jump in and help.
He's just a little, doofy, you know?
Which is sweet, of course, though sometimes I wish she would think a bit more before jumping in.
He's like a little puppy. You don't know whether you want to hug it or just walk away.
Especially when she keeps getting in over her head.
Know what I'm talking about?
What I'm trying to ask is, why didn't you listen to her plan to come and recruit me?
I guess I'm just wondering why you didn't listen to his plan to come get me. Was I just not your cup of tea, or...
Not to make it awkward or anything. Or to demand, why didn't you want to recruit me?
I do have that effect on people sometimes.
Just curiosity. I suppose I can infer the answer to my question from this awkward silence.
Ooh, awkward silence. Always a stunning endorsement.
I'll do my best to not let it hurt my feelings.
I'll try not to let it hurt my feelings.
From here the storylines converge, and you know what happens, the Witherstorm attacks and you get attacked by monsters. If you do nothing here, then you're going to die. However, I've not yet covered the events that happen in Boomtown, or the rest of the game. I'm afraid you'll have to wait till the next video for that. And so I leave you with a choice. Dodge to the left to see all the death scenes in my Dumb Ways to Die of Minecraft Story Mode Episode 2, and dodge to the right to go to the next Do Nothing in Minecraft Story Mode Episode 2, to learn what happens in Boomtown and in Soren's mountain base. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do consider giving it a thumbs up, sharing with your friends, and subscribing for more. Your support is always appreciated, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!